behalf of Austin Okocha, I want to apologize to Cristiano Ronaldo fans. How do Yoruba women do it? They do something that they say, I beg, make una no vex. Make una no vex. We're going to just quickly discuss a trending topic before we move on. There's this Austin Okocha interview that seems to have been taken wrongly by Cristiano Ronaldo's fans. I don't even know if those ones have a name, like Whiskey.
That was taken wrongly.
Hold on, let me land. You know the way Whiskey fans call themselves FC and some other people call themselves 30BG. I wonder if Ronaldo fans have a name for themselves.
Yeah, they are two.
Wasius. Yeah, Wasius. So
the Wasius.
So, anyways, apparently it looks like Okocha had an interview recently where he made a comparison between Cristiano Ronaldo and Erling Haaland. Even though I think that the intention was a good one, I don't think it was taken that way by Cristiano Ronaldo fans. That's why I said they have not taken it well. I don't think it was taken the way that that Okocha meant it by Ronaldo fans. Now, I want to know what your thoughts are, because it was not taken the right way. It has now led to a number of narratives being spread about Okocha, and they've made Okocha out to be like some sort of bang average poor player, while he was active, which is not the case. At least I'm old enough to know that Okocha was a really good player. In fact, I've even read someone saying that Okocha's dribbles are always useless, and he never leads to an assist, and it never leads to a goal. And in my mind, I was like, do all dribbles lead to goals and assists? There's a reason you have dribblers in your team. And for me, the reason you have dribblers in your team is to buy time. So moves that you would need maybe 3-4 passes to make in order to bypass an opposing team structure, you can do it with one move if you have a really good dribbler in your team. And that's why I think, dribblers are quite important in the sport. But I just want to know, obviously you do not agree with, or you agree with some of these Ronaldo fans. Okay. But I want to know exactly what your thoughts are.
Let me say exactly what happened. Okocha was not making a comparison between Ronaldo and Haaland.
He likened him to Haaland now.
The question was the usual question. Messi,
Ronaldo.
Let me read this response to you. I picked Messi over Ronaldo because Messi was born to play football, while Ronaldo is just a goal scorer for me. Ronaldo is a special player, but he is for me a goal scorer. It's like Haaland. Haaland is a goal scorer. So Ronaldo fans are within their right to be aggrieved.
Let me first ask you a question. What is wrong with that statement?
If he stops at he is a goal scorer, we would not even have to discuss. I think liking Ronaldo to Haaland is the insult that Ronaldo fans.
It's not an insult, per se.
It's an insult.
Hold on. It's not an insult.
The question is Messi or Ronaldo. Okay. Let me reverse the situation. Imagine he says, "Oh, Messi is good, but Messi is like Kevin De Bruyne."
It's not an insult now. Now, let me explain why I think it's not an insult. In terms of the things that they can do on the field, if I told you to describe Erling Haaland now, what's the first thing that's going to come to your mind?
Goal scorer.
He's a fantastic goal scorer.
Yes.
Now, like I said earlier, I do not think that Ronaldo. Sorry, I keep saying Ronaldo. I do not think that Okocha meant wrong with what he said. I do not think that he meant to say that Ronaldo and Haaland are on the same level. I think what he meant to say was that in terms of how they play, Ronaldo is always looking for the goals. Haaland is always looking for the goals. That makes him a goal scorer.
We are neutral in this discussion.
Of course. That's why I'm trying to explain what I think happened. That's obviously I may be wrong. I'm just trying to explain how I understood it. How I understood it. That okay, this guy, in terms of who I can compare him with, in terms of the attributes that he has, is always, the first thing that you think of when you think about Ronaldo is that he's a goal scorer. But for him, when you think about Messi, you think about many other things that he does apart from scoring goals. As far as that is concerned, number one, I think it's an opinion that is entitled to. Of course. Number two is that I do not particularly think it's far from the truth. I do not particularly think it's far from the truth.
I don't agree. I'll tell you why. But before I tell you why, remember that both of us are Nigerians.
Of course. Of course.
You have a dog fight.
Of course.
Football currently has about 2 to 3 million fans in the world. Yeah, and you will know that those fans, 80% of those fans are split between Ronaldo and Messi.
Maybe.
So Ronaldo and Messi discussion has gone beyond logical expressions now.
Then what are we doing if we cannot apply logic to discussions?
Matter. You can't do. Now see, Ronaldo and Messi followers, it has gotten to a cult level.
I mean,
To the point that the two of them will not do anything bad in the side of their
because for me now, my goat is Zizou, but not so much that I will now see Zizou. They'll say Zizou did something wrong. I will now say, oh, I have to support that wrong.
So, not Messi and Ronaldo fans. When they ask you Messi and Ronaldo questions, for the sake of your sanity afterwards, tread carefully.
Of course, sure. I've seen a lot of professionals dodge that question diplomatically.
You cannot say who Haaland played, Ronaldo and Messi. Two of them, of course.
I mean, they're both fantastic players, unless we're just going to lie.
So, I mean, Okocha just offended the wrong set of fans. That's why I think Ronaldo is to visit Nigeria. I can assure you that his most hardcore fans are in Nigeria.
Anyways, on behalf of Austin Okocha, I want to apologize to Cristiano Ronaldo fans. How do Yoruba women do it? They do something that they say, I beg, make una no vex. Make una no vex. Oh, because it hurts me when I see the way Okocha is being, and I know Okocha probably does not bother about these things. Maybe he does not even read it. But for some of us that were very big Okocha fans, me, for example, you know me already. I'm a big fan of midfielder. So if you are really good as a midfielder and you are very technical, you have skills, but it's very easy for me to fall in love with you. Very, very easy. So for some of us that grew up watching Austin Okocha, it feels like you are insulting us directly by rubbishing Okocha the way that you are rubbishing him.
There's no event. I saw one post recently. I don't know whether it's true, whether it's the guy. Person said, in Super Eagles camp, I don't know where to beat Okocha because of business tributes. Okocha also, wow.
I mean, it's bad. So again, like I said, we apologize. We're going to quickly round up, but before round up, just one more thing to discuss. I'm reading that even though I don't know if I should be discussing this with you because you are a Milan fan, but I'm reading that Champions League draws is this Thursday. I'm reading that it's this Thursday. So that's one that we're looking forward to. Hopefully, if the guys are available, we would like to do a quick discussion on the draws, just what we expect and stuff like that. Obviously, it's not like the traditional draws that we used to have 8 groups. This is more of a round robin, even though you still get to play just about 7 teams about 8 teams on that table. But we're still going to try to, do another session after those draws are done for both for the Champions League, the Europa League, and the Conference League, just to give our thoughts on who we think will be favorites, dark horses, any surprises, and things to look out for. Is there anything else on your mind that you'd like to share before we go? It looks like the Milan game is just about starting. Yeah. Anyways, we'll see. I've been reading good stuff about Abate's system. Abate is Torino's coach. Abate is also a Milan legend, by the way.
Abate is a very good coach. If Milan was a Spanish team, Abate would be the best team manager currently.
But it wasn't particularly Milan's fault as a club. It was more of Ibrahimovic's club fault, rather. Well, Ibrahimovic, sometimes you work for a club, but sometimes as an individual, you still take some selfish decisions. And I think Ibrahimovic just took a really selfish decision by sacking Abati, at least based on the rumors and reports that we've read. That's true. That's a very valid point. That's a very valid point. But we'll see. I've read a lot of good things about Abati. I'm eager to see his first game in Serie A, and I will be paying particular attention to this one. Like we said at the start of the show, if you really want to learn tactics, Serie A is the best place to be. And I'm not saying that other leagues are not tactical. I'm just saying that Serie A pays more attention to things like this. I mean, do not take my word for it. Just go listen to players that have played in, whether it's the Premier League and Serie A, or La Liga and Serie A, or Bundesliga and Serie A, and listen to their what they've had to say when they ask them to compare both leagues. Their response is usually about how tactical Serie A is and about how entertaining and how physical those other leagues are. So if you really want to understand tactics, these are some of the type of games that you should probably watch. Not just the AC Milans or the Inters or the Juventus. Watch teams like the Comos, the Atalantas, the Torinos, Sassuolos under Grosso, just to see if you can, learn one or two. That's if that's something that interests you. But we've come to the end of today's show. Hopefully it should be out very soon, possibly within the next 24 hours, we hope. And like I said earlier, we should be here on Thursday as well to also give you another dose of the Late Go podcast. Until we catch again next time, have a lovely evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you're watching from. Ciao, ciao. Bye. Bye.